All right, we are live in this motherfucker.
What's
All right,
happening?
What's up?
yo. First thing I'm gonna say is I ain't scared of you, motherfuckers. I ain't scared of you, motherfuckers. All right, so got another retro Sunday review today. We're gonna be talking about one of my all-time favorite childhood action movie classics. All right, so I'm being joined by Mike from Did You See That? And Blacktastic Media is in the house. Haven't had you in a while, brother.
Good to
Welcome.
be home. Good to be
All
home.
right. All right. So let's go around the board here. So Mike, we'll start with you, man. Plug in your channel, what you got going on, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Again, Richard, thank you for having me back for another live stream, man. I really appreciate it. And for anyone who doesn't know who I am, I'm Mike. My channel is Did You See That? Recently, I just put out a movie review for the first Godfather movie I saw last night.
Nice.
Awesome movie. And besides that, I've got like a Michael J. Fox filmography as always, and it's going to be resuming from next week. And I guess a glimpse into the future is I'm going to have both Rashad and Blacktastic in a Why YouTubers Love Back to the Future Part 2 video. So that should be fun.
Nice. Well, you know what? Yeah, I saw you posted that last night about The Godfather, right? And of course, our mutual friend Dave from Interpret the Stars came into the comments blasphemy and talking about he hated the movie. I've never met anybody that said they hated The Godfather.
Really?
Yeah, I said me and Dave gonna have a talk.
A talk or a beat down.
Yeah. He said he enjoyed some technical aspects of it, but he said the movie was too long, too boring, and he doesn't like gangster movies, and it's just he didn't do it for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit.
I mean, to each his own, but we still gonna have a talk though. From OG to little G, we have to have a talk. All right, so Blacktastic, go ahead, plug in your channel. What you got going on? Well, matter of fact, no. Before you do that, I gotta introduce you real quick.
Right on. All right.
Filmmaker, author, movie reviewer, Renaissance man. The man does it all. Ain't shit this brother can't do. Got a movie about to come out. Well, I forgot when it drops, but I know you're working on it right now. Called What Have I Done? A werewolf movie.
Correct.
That we haven't seen in a long ass time. And I just had to introduce you like that, man. Blacktastic Media, brother.
My man, my brothers.
Floor, man. Yeah,
it's good to be home, man. You're right. I'm currently filming What Have I Done, which is a horror, noir, black and white joint. The only time I've ever seen a black werewolf was Thriller.
Right.
And I think there was a couple in that movie, Underworld, but they didn't have any speaking lines, But you will see a werewolf movie from a perspective of a black male. And in case you didn't know, Q Reviews is going to be in the movie. I'm flying him down from the East Coast to help out. I'm flying another brother from Massachusetts to be in the film as well. And that comes out October, Halloween night. The last couple of years, I've dropped a horror film every Halloween weekend. I'm also currently shooting a documentary about Compton. Compton's my city. It's going to be a longer documentary, feature length, about the city of Compton, which I was born and raised. And recently, yesterday, I dropped 2 videos, one about Medea, and I did a director's talk about currently the status of What Have I Done. But other than that, reviewing movies. I might drop a poem once in a while. I think I did one on the 80s last week. My era of growing up. Yeah, so, that's about it, man.
Okay, no doubt, man. Yeah, congratulations on everything that you've worked on so far.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, the last one you did was Sarah, which scared the shit out of me a couple of times. The Comforter, you know what I mean? So you definitely come with the scares, man. You have a talent for horror, and I'm looking forward to what you bring with this werewolf joint. You know what I'm saying? I'm prepared to be scared again. Yeah, that's just gonna make my beard as white as yours, man. Shit. God damn. So today, y'all, we got a special one here. So Mike, a couple weeks ago we reviewed First Blood because you said you never seen any of the Rambo movies except for the last 2. So I said, definitely got to watch all of them, man. So we started with First Blood last week, which you really enjoyed. And now we're about to get into Let me play a little intro here, real quick.
This is a homage beat.
Rambo. Stallone is back as Rambo.
All right.
Nice.
Rambo, First Blood, Part 2.
Man.
Yeah. So, y'all, just a little backstory on this. The movie, when it came out in 85, came out the same year as Rocky 4. So, I think, Blacktastic, I think it was you that said when Stallone's career was starting to cool down some, he would go back to his bread and butter, which was Rocky
Right.
and Rambo. So,
That's
Rocky
right.
2, Rocky 3 and First Blood was 82. Big year for him. 83 and 4 were... So he says, yo, I gotta go back and go to the characters that I know, you know? So yeah, Rocky 4 drops, makes a shit ton of money. First Blood Part 2 drops, and even though the critics were kind of, it had a lot of mixed reviews, a lot of people didn't love it, but it made a shit ton of money. And I think up to that point, it was like the highest grossing R-rated movie, I think, at the time, or at least for that year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Made Rambo a household name, you know what I'm saying? Pop culture phenomenon. Had the cartoon Rambo and the Force of Freedom. Had some action figures, some like G.I. Joe knockoff action figures, which for Christmas I got the whole collection. You know what I mean? So and it had a Sega game, if you remember the Sega console.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So Rambo was large at the time, man. Very popular
He was.
movie. I watched it every time it came on HBO, at least 3 or 4 times a day. So yeah, First Blood Part 2 has a special place in my heart. Even though I'll admit it's not the greatest movie in the world, like even rewatching it, I just noticed some things where I'm like, that's not too good. But nostalgic wise, it just, it's a conventional action movie. Whereas compared to the first one, the first one was, it was really different because you never really seen nothing like that before. But Part 2 is definitely a conventional action movie. A lot of bodies hit the floor, a lot of explosions. You know what I mean? And what can I say, man? First Blood Part 2. So Blacktastic, being that you didn't really care for the other movies, okay, so I want to get your take on First Blood Part 2.
Well, I got to go back a little bit. First Blood blew my mind. And I'm a big Stallone fan, but I like it better when he acts with a little bit of action. And that movie was, man, it was brilliant. Great screenplay, great setup, man against the world. Lonely drifter in a small town being treated like his skin was my color, I could relate to that. The man did nothing wrong but just participate in a war that he didn't want to be in. And then you fast forward to Rambo First Blood Part 2. He became an action hero. And as much as I like sequels, I don't like sequels because they take from the first joint and inject steroids into it. I'm one of the few people that like Terminator better than Terminator 2. I love Terminator 2, but I liked it better when it was simple, sci-fi horror, and Arnold was the villain. More scary. Sly, man against the world, all the odds are against him. I love him in that role, kind of like Rocky. Rambo, this man is in prison. He should have never went to prison.
I agree.
I mean, yeah, the one person he supposedly killed, they fell down out of the helicopter. So he did shoot up the place, but I understand. And the premise, need you to go in and do this. But one thing I would give him, he got ripped. He got cut up. He doesn't look like an action hero. Arnold does. So when I see Sly doing all this incredible stuff and yelling, his mouth was all crooked, I'm like, motherfucker, please. I'm like, come on, man. My favorite thing about Rambo First Blood Part 2 is that fine ass Asian girl with those hazel eyes. I'm like, that's going to be my wife. But it was cool. Conventional action by the beats. Incredible scenes, incredible stunts, but I just don't like him being that guy. He's not very believable for me, being Mr. Action Hero, taking everybody out, doing all these incredible things. I mean, he's no bigger than me. I'm like, stop it. But for the time it came out, it was cool. But everybody was riding his nuts. I seen it in theaters. I had a great time. Hell, I like Cliffhanger better than I do Rambo 2. I'll be honest. Damn. Have a drink.
Oh, it's water. I swear it's water. All right, is that it?
That was a joke. Go ahead. That was a joke.
Hey, man, all right, you know what? Y'all love getting my damn pressure up. Got me turning red and shit, man.
Burgundy.
Okay. So, all right. So, Mike, what about you? How did you enjoy? Now, this is your first time watching it. So, me and Blacktastic, we go back to the 80s. So, nostalgic wise, like, we go back with this movie. But this is your first time watching it. So, what do you got?
Yeah, so I've got a bit of a different perspective to you guys because again, you guys saw it originally in the theaters when it came out. This is my first ever experience, which was actually today. So I can understand from like seeing the Rambo First Blood previous week with Rashad when he asked me to do it, that I can see like why Stallone became a big name and how he got to that point than just be like, oh, he's known for Rocky and Rambo when I'd previously never seen them. So I really enjoyed that experience. And yeah, I think as Blacktastic mentioned, this movie is like on steroids because the first movie, one person dies. In this one, it's like that song, that Body Hits the Floor, that metal song.
Body Hits the Floor, yes.
Of this. and I was just like, well, this just got amped up to the high heavens, basically. And yeah, I mean, it was an awesome movie, don't get me wrong. And I was like, this is what I want to see to an extent, for sure. But it kind of made the first movie a bit redundant because he was tame. He just wanted to go through the town. He just wanted to explore and just pass through, go on to his next joint. And then he was obviously, put in that prison and etc. Whatever happened in Rambo 1.
Right.
And this one, he's just like out in the wilderness. He's got this whole place to explore for himself. And then, yeah, it was just amplified so much. And it was a great movie for that. Like the terms, it was amplified for sure. But I like a bit like the first Rocky movie. I just missed that kind of just straightforward plot and just more level-headed plot than just bonkers sequels. Like it's like Blacktastic mentioned.
Yeah, and one of the criticisms also that this movie got was it was like kind of heavy-handed on the political aspect of it, where the first one, like you said, it's a simple story of this drifter. He just wants to come to this town, get something to eat. Sheriff fucks with him. Real simple story. But this one was considered like right-wing, conservative-based, where a lot of right-wingers love the movie, and which I hope that doesn't make me a right-winger because I don't think I am. I don't believe that I am. I don't fuck with them. But the movie itself, I mean, because I guess the whole thing of going back to Vietnam and rescuing the POWs that was left behind, and of course Rambo, his mission was to go there and take some photographs, not engage with the enemy, not to rescue anybody, but just take pictures to show, I guess, to show Congress that there's no POWs there, because remember it was supposed to be empty, but he did find them in there, tried to rescue them. Your boy Murdoch aborted the mission and left Rambo there to die to rotten pig shit, literally. So yeah, a lot of politics of the movie, and by the way, James Cameron helped write the movie, so it's funny that you brought up Terminator because him and Sly wrote the script together.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and you can tell because if you watch a James Cameron movie, you're gonna have a very short-term love story where they build up this love story, then they kill one of the motherfuckers. Happens every time, right? Tell me I'm lying.
Yes.
Well, Rashad, I was going to mention, like, before doing the stream, I went on IMDb to get like a bit of trivia around movies. I always like kind of researching that stuff. And I think I read where originally James Cameron had a script written where it was going to start out a bit like Terminator 2, where Rambo was going to be in a psychiatric hospital and not a prison. So I heard that Stallone made quite a few changes at the time. And another fun fact is to get like Asian people represented in this movie, they're having a hard time finding Asian people. So they managed to do it, but they had to go through a lot of Chinese restaurants to get them.
Really?
Wow.
I don't know that woman that Blacktastic had the hots for maybe came from that research.
Oh,
What
wow.
restaurant was that? Damn.
Yeah, dog. That's some trivia for your ass. I had no idea about that.
Wow, that's a trip. Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know what? That would have been interesting because I think that would have worked also because by the end of the first movie, he has like a total meltdown, like a total breakdown. You know, that crying scene. So it would make sense that he would go to a psychiatric ward and then, you know, kind of come out of that. Where in this one, he's in a prison doing manual labor, and Troutman comes in and says, "Hey, by the way, you know, I'm sorry you're in here. I did everything to get you out, but hey, I got a mission for you. Let me tell you something. This deserves a video. Troutman ain't shit. Okay.
Thank you.
Troutman was Rambo's only ally, but every time Troutman comes back into this man's life, it's turmoil. You know what I'm saying? He adds no value to Rambo's life, man.
None.
He makes it worse?
He makes it worse.
Pretty much.
Okay, so Mike's never seen part 3. So the premise of the third movie, Troutman gets kidnapped in Afghanistan, and Rambo has to go rescue him.
So just when Rambo was settling down, he's back into
right, because I believe he stayed in Thailand from the second movie, and that's where it picked up in the third movie. And now Troutman's in trouble. You got to put yourself in danger again. Fuck Troutman.
Thank you. I feel the same exact way.
Yeah, man. And so let's talk about the villains now. Okay, so the villains here. Well, to me, Murdoch was the main villain, even though they had Victor Maitland from Beverly Hills Cop. I don't know what his real name is. I just know it was Victor Maitland. You know, the Russian
that
guy.
Thing on his head.
Yeah. So he was supposed to be like, I guess, the main bad guy that Rambo's supposed to go against, but no, it's Murdoch. And I'm like, damn, I wish they could have reversed it where the Russian guy could have lived, because personally, he didn't do shit to Rambo, but killed Murdoch. I wanted him to get like, yo, when he grip that microphone, right? Yeah. You hear that thunder roll.
Coming to get you.
Murdoch, I'm coming to get you. I said, oh shit. And
I have to admit, that part gave me goosebumps. I ain't gonna lie. That part gave me goosebumps. That was real.
Yeah. It's like, damn, so first he lets Teasel live in the first movie, and now Murdoch gets spared in the second movie.
Typical politics where either you're a cop, sheriff, or military guy, you're gonna survive. America don't let true villains get taken out because they're either cops or military people. To us, they're straight villains.
That's deep.
Know what I mean? Yeah.
That's deep.
Let me write that script.
Okay. Do the Harlem shaking shit. Slow motion. Survive. Okay, so all right, so as far as the villains go, how do you compare the villains in this movie to the first movie? So Mike, we'll start with you.
I don't know. It's a bit of a tough one because, I mean, for me, one thing I want to just say is I've got to give props to Martin Cove, who plays Erickson. I mean, that guy just plays a great villain. First, he's like made to be like this trustworthy guy, but like just the range that guy has and like an ultimate villain, like the Karate Kid franchise and Cobra Kai, and then in this, he still kind of portrays. He's just got that look on his face, you know. I can't describe it, but he's got that face for that meanness, I guess. I felt like at points like the villain in this was okay, not too bad. I would say I prefer the villain in the first movie, again, just because of like the more simplistic plot line and the fact that, you know, like, everything that happens from the beginning when he gets into that town, he's arrested and taken back to the bridge, arrested, and then he's chased in throughout this mountaintop of the wilderness wherever he was. So I would say the villain in the first one was better, in my opinion. Okay. But I like the way that they went in direction with this one with Murdoch. I quite like that satisfying arc to it, I guess. A bit more.
Murdoch was a slime ball, man. So Blacktastic, what about you, bro?
Man, I agree with Mike 110% with his settlements. The villain in the first one really, really, really pissed me off because all the subject matter was on Rambo, John Rambo. I didn't care about none of those guys in part 2. I didn't care about nobody except for that Asian girl, you know, goddamn. But But so when he was messing with Rambo per se as a person, it hit me to the core. I'm like, this man's want to get something to eat. I mean, he's not doing nothing. He's just being ridiculed because of what he represents. And again, for me, it's relatable. I've been to a small town and cops look at you funny because you're not from there. And the waitress look at the cop look at the wait like, yeah, I mean, we ain't gonna serve this type. Totally relatable. And that's why I hated that guy in part one. Part two is military stuff. I've never been in the military. I can't relate to having a higher officer and following rank. It means nothing to me. So definitely the villain in part one was a scum bag to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. But Murdoch, you know, just the whole thing of him lying to Rambo, saying like, yeah, you know, go take the pictures and it's about the POWs. And then he leaves him like abort mission, you know, and they're like, wait, abort mission, I said. And they just leave him there to die in pig shit. I'm like, this motherfucker. So,
True.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree slightly. I mean, yeah, I mean, I get it with Teasel. It was more personal because he actually had a thing against Rambo because of who he was. But you know, in Murdoch's case, I guess he was following orders from whoever his superior was. But still, man, you know, what kind of heart can you have to leave your man behind and then lie about even serving in the war? Because remember, he told a lie that he served in some battalion or whatever, and Rambo's like, nah, well, that was actually over here. So this guy's full of shit.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck Murdoch, man. So when he had him at his mercy, he had that knife in the air. Like, dude, come down. Like, he should have did what he did in part 5. Rip that mother and tear his heart out. Fatality. That's what Murdoch should have got. You know, and yeah, Martin Cove, I forgot. Yeah, Martin Cove was in here, Kreese himself. Wasted character, really served no purpose. I guess they casted him because of how popular the Karate Kid was. So they say, hey, let's get that guy from Karate Kid because he was pretty good in the movie. But really, he was a throwaway character. He was a goon.
Right. And remember, Rocky and Karate Kid had relations. So I see why another slide joint, Rocky, Karate Kid, it made sense to do it that way.
Right. But you know, I'm curious now how that James Cameron script would have worked because Sly, you know, besides the Rocky movie, Sly is not really good with scripts because stuff that he writes ends up, you know, being a little ridiculous. All right, and I don't know if y'all know this, but he was originally cast in Beverly Hills Cop. That was supposed to be his.
Oh yeah, I know all of that. Yeah,
you know about all that, right? Yeah. But he changed the script, made it dark as hell, and they was like, bro, we can't do this, man. And he's like, well, fine, I'll just take my shit and I'll go to Canon and they'll make my movie. And we have Cobra, which I still dug. I still dug Cobra.
Cobra was cool.
Yeah, but can you imagine Beverly Hills Cop having a Cobra vibe to it?
Not at all. Not at all. You know.
Yeah, Sly has a tendency to kind of go off the rails a little bit and kind of go out there.
Yeah, he wants to be Superman in all of his movies. And I don't like that. That's why Die Hard was so cool. Bruce Willis was an everyday cop in extreme circumstances. Right. He was never Superman. He doesn't look like Arnold, so he's not believable if he's tearing people apart. Sly is kind of like he want to be funny, he want to be Arnold, he want to be this all in one. But when you look at him, you're like, stop.
Yeah.
You know, because in every Rocky movie, he should have got his ass whooped, if you ask me.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have won none of them fights.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You know?
Well, you know what? Okay, well, funny that you mentioned Arnold because I feel a lot of this is Arnold's fault. Okay. So I'm gonna take it back to 85.
Yeah,
This is before I betrayed Sly. I went through a phase where I betrayed Sly. Okay, Sly was my guy, and then I saw Commando.
Thank you.
When I saw Arnold carrying that tree and that fucking bicep, I'm like, who is that guy? And from there, I'm like, Sly, who? That was the last time I watched Rambo. Rambo took a back seat. It was about Arnold now. So Sly, to keep up with his nemesis, okay, I gotta get bigger. The guns have got to get bigger. The kills have got to be larger. So from that point on, everything was over the top because he's trying to keep up with Arnold. You know, even down to the puns and being funny. Because remember, Sly wasn't known for his puns.
No.
But because of Arnold, guess what? Now he's cracking jokes.
Yeah. That's what happened. Arnold came onto the scene. And for some reason, technically, his movies were just better looking because he had the budget.
Right.
He was not the better actor, but the physicality he brought to the presence of the screen, he looked like a Terminator. He looked like he can fight an alien and Predator, Commando, Total Recall. Man, those movies are just superior. Right. I could name 4 movies that Sly can't even touch that Arnold did ever. And you know, I mean, I feel sorry for him because Sly's a likable guy, but when you see an interview with him, he's kind of an asshole sometimes. I'm like, goddamn, motherfucker, shit. Yeah. That's why you made Daylight, motherfucker. Shit.
Oh shit. Well, you know, I've never finished Daylight. I never finished that movie. But
don't feel bad.
Sly and Arnold. Okay, did you hear about the prank that Arnold did on Sly with stopping my mom would shoot? You heard about that?
No, I don't. No.
Okay, so remember, this is at the height of their rivalry, right? And they're trying to outdo each other. So Arnold is known for his pranks. So he tells Sly that, yeah, I got the good script. I'm going to do this called Stopping My Mom Will Shoot. It is a great, fantastic movie. So Sly was like, God damn it. And then last minute, guess what? Arnold supposedly drops out of the film. And they said, well, Sly, you better take this, man, for Arnold changes his mind and want it back. So Sly said, hell yeah, I'm jumping on it.
Oh, my God.
Arnold purposely set Sly up to do that movie. To fuck with him. And I think Arnold went on to do I think he did Last Action Hero, which wasn't that much better, but yeah.
It's a wash then.
It's a wash then.
It's a wash. That movie was bad.
Yeah, but that was Arnold. Arnold was always a prankster, you know, so he set Sly up to do that movie, and to this day, Sly says that's the one movie he regrets doing. Yeah.
That's classic. I never knew that.
Arnold, I can't believe you did that to me. What are you doing?
Damn.
Oh, man. Okay, so now I have to ask the question. So, being that we're bringing up Arnold in the conversation now, so Mike, have you seen Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Okay, so I can't even ask you this question. All right, what about Predator?
Yes, I've seen.
Okay, you have seen Predator. Okay, so if you take John Rambo, right, and you take Dutch, the Arnold character in Predator, put him in the jungle, give him all their weapons and bow and arrows and stuff. It's just them two in the jungle. Who's coming out alive?
Schwarzenegger.
Damn.
Every day of the week.
Twice on Sunday, huh?
Twice on Sunday.
and today is Sunday.
Yeah.
Damn, yo, okay, well, I have to play devil's advocate here. Y'all sleeping on Rambo, because, okay, Arnold is out in the open, blowing motherfuckers up. See, Rambo was stealth with this shit. Rambo would hide in the mud. He'd be like, you know, under leaves and shit. You know, he'll sneak up on you like a cat and just like cut your neck. You know what I'm saying? So Rambo to me, I mean, if it comes to one-on-one combat, I think Arnold will crush him with his bare hands. But if you just about in the jungle using all your resources, I think Rambo would take him out.
Okay. I'm gonna be the happy medium here. I agree with both of you. Okay, Rambo hit in the mud, right? And some leaves. Dutch did the same thing. Came out the water. Oh, putting mud on me. Okay. They both did the same thing. So it's kind of like a wash.
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'll give you that. So that's why I wanted to compare him more to the Commando character as opposed to Predator. But well, Mike, that's on the list. You know, Commando is gonna be coming up soon. You definitely have to watch that one.
But Commando compared to Rambo will kill him. Rambo's coming out easily.
Oh yeah. Now hand to hand. Now if they're just in front of each other, oh yeah, Commando fuck him up all day. Because Arnold's bicep is bigger than him. Let out some steam, Bennett. You know. Oh man, and yeah, definitely he was. You know, well, this is the beginning of the Superman Rambo phase because by part 3, he's full out Superman. By part 3, this guy cannot die. Okay, third movie. Huh?
It's like in Rocky 4 when he's running up that mountain with them thick boots. I'm like, he's not getting that mountain with them thick boots.
Exactly. Yeah. So Rambo First Blood Part 2 was like Rocky 3, and Rambo 3 is like Rocky 4, but just a better movie. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Ain't no way should have beat that Russian. Ain't no way. Or just to take, not even beat him, take the punishment from him. There's no way you come back from that. There's no way. And then in Russia turns on him, start chanting Rocky. Man, stop.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't wanna go.
this was during the Cold War phase. So even with Rambo 2, Sly is like super gung ho, and we can defeat the Russians, we can beat everybody.
Yeah.
If I could change, and you can change, everybody can change. Wow, Rocky, you're an American hero.
Oh my God.
It's same with Rambo, that. But I tell you what, that helicopter chase, you have to admit that shit was tight. When Victor Bailey was chasing him, and yeah.
Rambo First Blood Part 2 is a great film. I just like First Blood, the original, better. That's all.
Okay.
I don't dislike it, but
that's not what you said. 2 weeks ago, you said First Blood was the only one that you liked, and the rest of them you hated.
Yeah.
And my mouth dropped. I said no.
I was
Part 2.
I think I was high off nostalgia watching you guys' interview and review about the first one. And I kind of mark how I like movies by my collection. Like I own First Blood, right? I don't own no other Rambo movie. They're not in my collection because I never watch them again.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, to me, well, I should save my ranking until we finish it, but off rip.
True.
First Blood Part 1 and 2, I flip-flop because I think 1 was definitely the better movie, but 2 was just so special to me. You know what I'm saying? I just have so much. I agree. So many fine memories watching it. You know what I'm saying? So I flip-flop between the two of them. But 3 is easily the worst one. So Mike, if you survive 3, you good. I'm
gonna pray for you.
Yeah. And then you have John Rambo, which I really enjoyed. Like that was just like a smorgasbord of fucking bodies.
Yeah.
And of course 5. Now to me, Last Blood was cool, but what really made that movie stand out, of course, was the Mortal Kombat fatality. Just that whole third act was crazy.
Yeah.
Of Last Blood. But the rest of the movie was kind of like, it didn't feel like a Rambo movie to me.
It was like 2 different scripts, I think, originally, and it kind of meshed it into one. You can tell. But it was what it was,
Yeah. I mean, shit, because I went to the movies to see that, and it was like an old couple behind me, and I'm that movie goer where I express how I feel while I'm watching it, and it could piss some people off or it could engage the audience. I don't know, but I just come from a time where you talk to the screen. So
yes.
When that part happened, when he ripped his fucking heart out, I yelled out loud. I said, "Get the fuck out of here!" I said, "Get the fuck out of here! You gotta be kidding me!" And I heard the couple behind me. They said, "Oh my gosh!" It was an old white couple. It was like, "What the hell is wrong with him?" I was embarrassed because I try to respect my elders, and they probably look like, I tell you, boy, these blacks. I tell you, they're just so. But then again, I look Puerto Ricans. They probably thought, they didn't know what the hell I was.
Now that's funny.
Yeah. I do that a lot. Well, you remember Cousin China, right? She used to do videos with me.
Oh yeah.
So Cousin China vowed to never go to the movies with me ever again because we saw Avengers Endgame together, and I smuggled in a big ass hoagie from Walmart. And I guess the sandwich stank all to be damned. So I'm sitting there eating this sandwich, right? And my cousin's sitting there, and she's like, "Dude, put that stink ass sandwich away." I'm like, "I'm hungry. I'm not paying $10 for popcorn." And then when Cap caught the hammer, nobody in the crowd said nothing. It was like quiet. Damn. You could hear a rat pissing on cotton. It was quiet. I was the only one. I yelled out loud. I said, "He's worthy. He's worthy." My cousin sunk down in her seat. She said, "Oh my God." She said, "Nigga, I will never go to this with you ever again." That was
depending on the movie. I do the same thing, depending on the movie. I mean, yesterday I was at home by myself watching Medea, and I'm talking to the TV. I'm yelling. It's in my nature. I can't help myself.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So when you saw Rambo, like the crowd was into it, right? Wasn't?
Man.
Yeah. One
of my best movie experiences. Like I said, it's my second favorite out of the series.
Okay.
It has rewatchability. I love the action and the stuff that he was doing. I mean, the minute he had his shirt off and holding that gun, and it's embedded in my head forever. That dude was ripped. The scene in the mud, you can only see his eyes. Man, that was hey, I wanted to do that shit when I went home.
Oh yeah.
You know, and the helicopter scene, the microphone scene, I'm coming to get you, man. It's a great action film.
Right.
I just like the first one better. That's all.
Okay. Now, what about now? I didn't get to see this in the movies, but I can almost imagine. Okay, the scene where he got your boy by himself, the Asian guy, right, the one that killed his girl, and he got that bow and arrow like real slow, just tracking him down. Wow! I bet the crowd went crazy on that part.
Nutty buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, we stood up, we spilling popcorn. We're doing high five. No, you go to the movie theater, you sitting next to somebody you don't even know. By the time the movie's over, your best friend. Oh shit! You hold it, you grab. Oh shit! You see that shit? Oh son!
Yeah.
Man, we lost our minds. I mean, Rambo's the kind of film, part 2, that you got to see in the theater with a bunch of people. It is a crowd pleaser, no doubt. No doubt.
Right. And I think that's what's missing now because, well, at least down here in Florida, like nobody really gets into the movies like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody's so sophisticated and well-mannered. Now, mind you, I don't like that person that talks throughout the movie. Like, don't do that.
True.
But when something happens, it's okay to celebrate, applaud. You know, what like my first memory ever was going to see Return of the Jedi, right? I was like 3 years old, but I remember it. And only thing I remember is when Vader threw the Emperor over the ledge, I remember it got a standing ovation. People stood up and started cheering.
Thank you.
And that's always been embedded in my brain since a little kid. And that's when my love for movies started. You know what I mean? So
I just think now, compared to then to now, there's a lot more theaters, a lot more films come out on dates. And we had a minimum number of blockbusters back then.
Right.
And those were truly blockbusters. And I can remember every movie from the 80s every summer that made me cheer and stand up and yell. I mean, let's face it, all the Indiana Jones movies, I'm standing up and clapping. All the original Star Wars movies, even Beverly Hills Cop back in those days, Ghostbusters, those movies made you cheer and you became friends with your comrades that you sat next to. Nowadays, it's too much competition.
Right.
Most people watch movies on their phone. They don't care about the experience of the theater experience. It's a dying entity, unfortunately.
And that's sad, man. That's sad. Well, Mike, I want to ask you, okay, in the UK, like, what's theater etiquette's like in the UK? like with a big movie?
Yeah, so it's a bit tough because like over here in the UK, like there's been a couple of films I've seen where the crowd's gone like nuts or they've really applauded. I'd say the two most recent examples I have is Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man No Way Home.
Right.
In No Way Home, when Andrew Garfield showed up, I got goosebumps. I was crying tears.
Right.
I was ready to go, woohoo! You know, like get some excitement, but you know, I'll try to contain it a little bit. Yeah, to be honest, like not a lot of people over here like really cheer at the screen or anything like that. It's like a dead atmosphere. Like because it's quiet and everyone's respectful. That part's cool for sure. But I would like more films where people's like getting really into it or like cheering if something happens. And I'm hoping next week maybe the Batman might do that.
I hope so. Fingers crossed. So. Yeah.
But yeah,
man, who knows?
I think the issue is with the cinema, like what you gentlemen have touched on, especially back then when like Beverly Hills Cops and Indiana Jones and those big movies. I think nowadays the cinemas, it's just too common to go. There's a new movie every week, whether it's a terrible movie or whether it's a mediocre or a good movie or a passable movie. There's a new movie every week. Whereas you guys, what the experience that you guys have spoke about, I'm assuming that was like more of a rarer occurrence, or you would take your date to go see that movie, or again, like Blacktastic mentioned, you'd have someone sat next to you didn't even know, maybe go by yourself, and everyone was there for that experience. It was like a special experience. Whereas now, because of the streaming, it's just like, I'm just gonna go see a movie. That's it, you know.
Yeah, like, you know,
it's not an event no more.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, and my daughter, she's following in that where my daughters like to be extra. Don't yell, just be. I'm like, no. I said, if you like it, yell at the damn screen. Oh my god, Daddy, you're embarrassing me. I'm like, embarrassed shit. I paid my money, man. Let's enjoy it.
What I like more than blockbusters are horror movies. Opening night on a Friday. and you go there with a crate, man, everybody got the right to talk out loud. Bitch, you stupid motherfucker, don't go there. This nigga's dead. I mean, I miss them days, you know. I mean, if you're good at it, if you get a chuckle out the audience, it becomes a comedy routine. Who can crack the funniest thing? And I miss those days, but horror is the only thing that still got it going on like that.
Right.
Because when I recently seen Scream, everybody was talking at the screen on that movie. So, but action is a little different.
I tell you what,
well, surprisingly, I'm sorry, Mike. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I was just going to add on the subject. The only film I've seen recently where people were a bit more interactive was Jackass. I don't know if that was the same.
Yes.
I can imagine
Jackass,
that.
Yeah. Everybody was laughing the whole fucking time. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Jackass, everybody was into it. But even when I saw Candyman, and you know, I know Blacktastic likes to get on my case about this because the first time I reviewed it, I called it a masterpiece. Okay, but that just goes to show how an audience can enhance a film, because it was an early screening, it was a full house, and everybody was into it. So I'm like, damn, this is awesome. And I'm like, so I got in front of the camera, yo, man, that was one of the best experiences ever. Then I saw it 2 days later with almost an empty theater, and it was not the same movie.
But listen to yourself. It was a great experience. Wasn't a great movie,
right?
Because I've seen a bunch of bad movies. Hell, I seen Halloween Resurrection opening night with Busta Rhymes. It's a bad movie, but did we cheer when he kicked Michael Myers in the chest? We all cheered. Yeah. So you know, it's the experience, not so much the movie. Right. I know a bunch of bad movies. Hell, I was cheering when I seen Snakes on a Plane. Enough is enough. Let's open up some motherfucking man. We lost our minds, and that movie is terrible. But it's the experience, and it's the atmosphere, and that's what it is. Yeah, very few movies get it right, you know. Whereas the atmosphere and the movie, like
Terminator 2,
like, Terminator 2.
Nah, I still remember the crowd reaction. Yeah, Aliens
2 is another one.
Oh, you saw that in the theater? I'm jealous.
Yeah, I mean, when she says "get away from her, you bitch," we lost our minds. We went nutty, buddy.
I'm jealous. I couldn't watch that movie because I was 6 when that came out, so my father didn't let me watch that till I got older.
Oh yeah, man,
Aliens was pretty intense.
Whew, that movie was a crowd pleaser. Wow. Man, yeah, I can go down nostalgia on a lot of movies, man. That just and you never forget that moment, and that's why I like a lot of bad movies because of that experience.
Right. Hell, I saw Masters of the Universe, He-Man with Dolph Lundgren. Horrible movie, but I remember going to see that full crowd, and when Dolph Lundgren turned around and he was He-Man, everybody started cheering. I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Until he spoke, I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker stinks.
Yeah,
he looked the part.
He did. There's a story that Sly came on the set when they were filming that, right? He just came to visit the set because I think he was filming Over the Top at the time. So he just came to visit the He-Man set, and Dolph had a scene, right? So they said Sly leaned over to the director. He said, "You gave that guy lines." Totally dissed him.
Hey, he was speaking truth. He was speaking truth.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren is horrible.
Very smart guy, though. I mean, I don't know if people know, but Dolph Lundgren is very fucking smart. He's got a degree in chemical engineering. You know, he speaks like 50 languages. Yeah, he's a very smart guy.
All but English. I got you. Okay.
Yeah. But as far as his articulation in film, not so much. But he could take a math test like you wouldn't believe, but he just can't really speak.
That one movie, the Alien movie, and you will go. I Come in Peace. Remember that movie he did years ago?
Yes, I Come in Peace.
And you will go in pieces. I'm like, God damn, he's fucking the main line up.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's bad. Why. Well, back then, as far as the action hero tier line, okay. Well, Arnold was Sly was number one first. The Arnold knocked him off that spot. So it was Arnold, Sly, and then you had Jean-Claude.
Yep.
And then Dolph Lundgren was kind of almost on the bottom. You know, Dolph Lundgren got to the place where his stuff started going straight to video.
Right. And then in '88, Bruce Willis changed the game and Die Hard
came in. Yeah, the Bruce Willis came in. Yeah. And definitely on me. Yeah, Mike, I gotta get you on the Van Damme joints too, man. I don't think you've seen many Van Damme movies, have you? Yeah.
No, I've seen In Hell.
Wow. Van Damme got about four decent joints. Four. Let me think. Hard Target.
Okay.
Universal Soldier.
Okay.
Oh, Bloodsport.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one? He had that black guy. Was his buddy? He was like street fighting all the time.
Lionheart.
In prison.
Lionheart.
That's my favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie. No, he probably got about 5 or 6. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, because you got cause I was a big fan back then, so I can name these movies like chronologically. So you got Bloodsport, Cyborg, Kickboxer, Death Warrant, Lionheart.
Oh yeah.
Double Impact, where he played a twin.
He played a double. Yeah, he played a twin.
Double. Universal Soldier, Nowhere to
Love
Run.
that one.
Sudden Impact. It was like Die Hard on ice.
I even like Time Cop.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Mm-hmm. So I
that
mean,
was
Van
good.
Damme has some hits now, but then when he started coming like with Street Fighter and what's the one he did with Dennis Rodman? Double Team.
Oh.
That's when Van Damme went.
Well, that's when he started beating up women and drinking on the set.
Yeah.
And he went downhill after that.
He went downhill, yeah. But Arnold and Sly, they definitely stood the test of time because they dominated the 80s and the 90s. You know what I mean? Instead of just 1 decade, they did 2 decades.
2 decades apiece. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So by the time the Expendables came, that was like a dream come true. Like we finally get to see these 2 icons together for the first time. Yeah. Even though I wish it would have happened. That was almost like, even though it was cool to see, but it's almost like watching Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan wrestling in their 60s. Like, no, we wanted to see that match in the 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, oh man, it's like the greatest hits. You know, they're all too old to be. They can pick up the guitar, but they can't dance at the same time no more. That kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just like, how come we couldn't get Sly and Arnold both in their prime in the same movie? I mean, egos, yeah.
Yeah.
But how awesome could that have been? Like remember that game Contra?
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, like the cover of Contra that was supposed to be Arnold and Sly.
Yeah, true.
Shit, makes me mad just thinking about it. So,
but man, Hollywood was different back then. Agents and no one was really cool about mixing and matching back then because their egos was too big. And when it came down to it, individually, they were both assholes. And the one didn't want to bend, you know, and support the other, so it was never going to happen.
Oh yeah, and they'll even admit they hated each other back then. I mean, they're the best of friends now, but back then, it was a serious competition. Like, I have to outdo you. So if you come with a big knife, I'm coming with a bigger knife. Yeah,
but man, Arnold slaughtered him.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Oh yeah.
I mean, those movies. I mean, I even like Eraser.
Hell yeah, with the fake alligators. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like that movie, man. And don't forget the one with James Cameron.
True Lies.
True Lies.
Okay.
Yeah.
That movie.
Okay.
That was. I mean, that movie blew. This man was in an elevator on a horse. You know, jumping across another building. I mean, come on. That movie was just incredible. Didn't have the comedy aspect. That was a great film. And then Jamie Lee Curtis, I'm like, damn, she is still fine.
Still fine. You know what? I was, even though Jamie Lee is old now, just for nostalgic reasons, I was still bang Jamie Lee Curtis, even in this old age.
Brother,
I was
without hesitation. Without them Halloween movies are making her look bad. But you see her in interviews, she's still got a tight body.
Oh yeah.
I remember having Trading Places on VHS. I saw his pause on them titty scenes. There's 2 of them.
I know what you're talking about.
Anybody looking?
Yep. So just chilling like a mug.
Who there? Mama?
Oh man, now your father knocking the door. All right, boy, you'll go blind. Like, damn, daddy.
Every time I come in your room, you got 1 sock.
True story about my father actually said that shit to me one time, and I thought it was true. I was taking too long in the bathroom. My father knocked. He said, "All right, boy, you'll go blind." I'm like, "Oh shit, is that real?" That's what actually happened. You know what? But even though Arnold won the race as far as like the better action movies, but one thing we can all admit is that it's just a dying form. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the action movie, like there's no everything is either Marvel or like an existing property or some kind of spy thriller based off of a novel, but there's no like pure action movie. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like straight to video or something like that. You know?
Yeah, I can't remember the last one that the last action movie that blew my mind was probably Mad Max Fury Road. That movie, just like practical effects for the most part. I mean, a whole nother world. I mean, that movie was just, I could watch that over. And a simple plot. We're going to go in a big ass circle for some water. You know, that was it. But that movie had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. That's the kind of action movies that I'm used to.
Yeah,
growing up.
Definitely. And you know, Mike, that's why I like to introduce you to a lot of these films, because we don't get this stuff anymore. You know what I'm saying?
At all.
Like we're not going to get a Rambo or a Cobra or True Lies and, you know, a Racer. Like these are movies that like they're released, but it'll be like so shoestring budget and like poorly made, you know what I'm saying, where you don't take it seriously. But back then, like it was a treat to go see these movies, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you had your big budget, you had your big movies like a Batman or something like that. But then right below them were the action movies with your favorite action star that you enjoyed watching, you know, whether it be Steven Seagal, Van Damme, Arnold, you know what I'm saying? Like, they always headlined the movie, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator, you know.
That's right.
Stallone is Rambo.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
But there's no really action stars nowadays, to be honest.
The last action star we got is Tom Cruise, and he just became an action star in the last 15 to 20 years, because right now he's probably, no pun intended, the last action hero that we got. Because he's really doing his stunts and he looks believable doing it. But I give Tom credit.
Yeah, facts. And I forgot who said it a long time ago, but somebody said that it might have been Sly, but somebody said that Batman, the '89 Batman, ruined the action genre because Batman was so large. Yeah, because think about it, you know, Michael Keaton is like just a regular guy, you know, but he's Batman, he's kicking ass, he's got the suit with the muscles on it, doesn't have to go to the gym and kill himself, and the movie made a shit ton of money. So studios are like, well, shit, the hell with Rambo and Terminator.
Wow, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, like this is where it's at.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess,
and you got real actors being the villain, because that movie was a Joker origin story. It wasn't a Batman movie. It was a Joker origin story.
Correct.
Damn, I've never thought about it like that. You're right.
Yeah. Mike,
why go to the gym?
Right? Exactly. Like shit. Just give us a suit with fucking bat nipples and everything is good.
It's a wrap.
I just think like, you know, going back on these movies, especially, you know, visiting like Rambo, well, the first two for the first ever time, you know, thanks to Richard. Like, again, it was just a simplistic plot with a person who did their stunts. Like Stallone for this movie, again, what I also read, trained 4 hours a day for 8 months.
Yes,
crazy.
Taking part of about you know, survival and stuff like that. He took survival courses for this movie as well. So there's no really like stars like that nowadays, apart from, as Blacktastic mentioned, like Tom Cruise, who's out there doing his stunts. So I think it's like there isn't been, since these kind of movies, an action star. I guess the closest you got to it, apart from Tom Cruise, is The Expendables. But even that just feels like a run-of-the-mill, just a whole bunch of cameos kind of movie.
Yeah.
It's cool to see them all in the movie, for sure, but there's no solid plot, and I've never wanted to go back and revisit them. But
no,
I would want to go back and revisit Rambo or Rocky. I love Rocky, you know?
Right. Yeah, look, and the proof is in the pudding. Sly was fucking crazy. Sly went through extreme measures to make it believe, like, okay, you talking about Rocky 4, Dolph Lundgren actually put him in the damn hospital.
Yeah.
That's right.
He was in the ICU for 2 weeks. You know, I think he said Rocky 3, he got down to like 2% body fat or something, like 2 or 3% body fat, where he almost died. Like his brother was like, "You're gonna kill yourself." And like I think he survived off of a can of tuna and 1 egg a day. That's like all he ate.
Yeah, but he was he was in believable shape. And man, and he was crazy, like you said.
Mhm.
You laughed earlier, but that movie Cliffhanger, he was really in the snow in a regular shirt and pants.
Mhm.
In that freezing water and the freezing snow. I mean,
Right.
Sly is the man.
He's a
Jesus.
Nut. So I mean,
Yes.
if you take crazy factor, you know, okay, you say Arnold Sly was crazier, definitely Sly. Like not to say Arnold was a soft ass, but Sly did some extreme shit where Arnold be like, "Hey, I ain't doing that shit now." You know?
Nah. once Arnold got to Hollywood, he like, man, I'm done pumping iron. I just do it do it right before I do it on the set.
Right.
Take.
Oh yeah. Arnold, you know, like even though he was a hard worker too, but Sly just went that extra level just to get it on film. Because I'm thinking of was it Conan the Barbarian, where Arnold did a stunt that went wrong and he ended up bleeding, right? He threw like a whole fit. You know, I don't know if you know the story, but he was like, he told the director, like, look, I'm bleeding. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
and so the director was like, oh, you know, it's okay, Arnold. He's like, no, but I'm bleeding. He says, Arnold, the pain is temporary. The film is forever. And so Arnold fell in line after that, like, okay, cool, you know.
Damn.
But if that was Sly, shit, I gotta make the cut bigger. Sly would have opened that shit up even more. Hey, yo, can you see the bone? Is it okay? You can see the bone, right? All right, action.
He probably would have done like this. Put it in his mouth and face.
He was a guy. And then you think about it, not only is he going through these extreme situations to make the film, but he's also writing it, directing it, starring in it,
producing
it. You know, like this guy is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it comes to that, Sly got him beat because Sly got Oscars. Mm-hmm. He can write. You know, Arnold can just get in front of a camera and flex. That was about it. But overall talent, man, Stallone is an incredible human being, man, all the way around.
Yeah. Well, he got two. I think he got nominated twice for Rocky. Rocky. Rocky 1 and then Creed, which I'm still mad about because I still don't know the guy who beat him, but he should have won for playing Rocky and Creed.
Yeah. Yeah, he sure should have. They robbed his ass that time.
Okay, so now that we're on that, okay, so this is the last thing I'm asking. We're gonna wrap it up. So best performance, right? So okay, Sly's best performance versus Arnold's best performance.
Arnold's best performance. I'm gonna say Terminator.
The first one.
The first one. I believe he was a machine. I mean, people don't think about it. Sometimes the best acting is not talking. It's with your face expressions. Mm-hmm. That man turned his eyes before he turned his head.
Right.
And that's a talent. And Sly's best performance, Rocky 2 makes me cry every time I seen it because Adrian just had the baby. Mm-hmm. He won the fight. His eyes are black. He goes, Adrian. I mean, I'm about to start crying now.
Yeah.
Rocky 2 gets me every single time. I got goosebumps right now.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Same here.
That's the one.
Like last time I watched Rocky 2, hey, I was a big water bag.
Yeah. That movie gets me every single time. But best performance, personally, I like Rocky 2. Sly's performance in that one, and then Terminator. I mean, Arnold changed cinema forever.
Okay.
You know, I'll be back. I mean, what else can you say out of those two?
Okay, that's a good one. So now if you have a versus, boom, Arnold's Terminator versus Sly's Rocky. Who takes home the Oscar?
Oh, Rocky, Sly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, Mike, what about you? Sly's best performance and Arnold's best performance as far as stuff that you've seen.
I haven't seen that many.
Kindergarten Cop. I got you.
Kindergarten Cop, yeah.
It's not the tumor.
No, I don't know. I would say, I would agree with Blacktastic. Maybe Rocky 1 or 2 because obviously in the first movie he had no money. He sold his dog. It just felt raw and visible that movie. And when I watched it for the first ever time, I felt that, and that was shot in like 79 or obviously shot before then, before pre-production, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I'd maybe say Rocky 1 or 2. I can't decide between the two. And Schwarzenegger, I don't know, like I really don't know, but I will give Blacktastic props for the choice for Terminator, like the first one.
That's a good pick.
Just a medicine threat. That's what he comes across, and that's what he's in this movie. And no one wants to be next to him in the movie. You know, they see one side of him and they're running that way.
Right.
You know? So
but,
I don't know. I can't really comment. I've seen enough movies to kind of give that opinion, I guess.
Okay, so judging from what you've seen, you would say Stallone's Rocky is the better of the two. If you pick Sly and Arnold's best performance, and when you put them together, Stallone takes the prize for Rocky.
Yeah.
Yes. See, like Arnold Schwarzenegger throughout his filmography has been known for like Total Recall, Running Man, Terminator, True Lies, many movies. So I mean, obviously the most notable is Terminator, but Stallone has that kind of just acting ability for the raw style of movies. Or the first Rambo movie was just a raw performance of him being a soldier.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think Arnold has some of that in his movies. But he's got the impressive, as you guys mentioned, with the biceps in. He's got like the impressiveness look to it.
Yeah.
But I guess Stallone has the raw factor of the acting with the first Rocky and second Rocky and the Rambo movie, the first one.
Okay.
I will give Arnold this. The ending of Terminator 2, when that boy fell in love with him as a father figure, he kept saying, no, I got to do this. And he went down, and that thumb was in the air.
Yeah.
That was impressive by Arnold. I mean, he was still the Terminator, but he became that boy's father figure and sacrificed himself. That was deep. That was deep.
Facts.
I give him that.
Facts. Yeah, all good choices. I would have to say best Arnold performance to me personally, because Arnold's not known really for his acting chops. But I think if you would have picked one movie where you say, okay, let's see Arnold doing his best acting, which is Terminator is a good pick, but I would say True Lies. Because True Lies, you got to see him being funny. You got to see him being serious. You know what I'm saying? Dramatic. Like, that was probably like the best range you'll ever see from Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I agree.
Acting in a movie. So
I
have to say True Lies for Arnold, and then for Sly, runner up probably Copland, because I think he really did his thing in Copland. Okay.
Yeah.
But I gotta give it to his Rocky performance in Creed, because it was just so heartfelt, man. He was old, he was broken down,
cancer,
you know what I'm saying, and he's ready to die. But then this kid brings him back and gives him a reason to live again. And you could tell, like, he was just chewing those scenes up,
Yeah,
like you could tell Sly was like really into it, So everything that I got has moved on, but I'm here.
I'm gonna tell you why he was so good in that, because he didn't direct himself.
Facts.
Ryan Coogler brought that out because he was in love with the Rocky character, and he knew how to bring that. So yeah, man, you are right about that.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, even Creed 2, like, I mean, just like how I cry in Rocky 2, in Creed 2, I cry every time when he's reunited with his son at the end.
Yeah.
When he meets his grandson, and he just took that moment, he was like, you look just like his mother. And I'm like, water bag.
Yeah, I have to agree.
So Arnold, True Lies, Sly, Creed. Who takes the Oscar home? Yeah, that's a no-brainer, Sly. So I guess we all agree Sly had the better performance, but Arnold just had the most kick-ass fucking movies, though.
Arnold had the better budgets.
That too.
I mean, Total Recall, Terminator, Predator alone
right
is amazing.
Yeah. No, I agreed. All right, so wrapping it up. So everybody's gonna, give you a grade. So Mike, we're gonna start with you. What grade do you give Rambo First Blood Part 2?
Sure. Yeah. I would give it a B+.
Okay.
So I think on my scoring scale, it's like 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, again, really enjoyable movie. Definitely completely nuttier than the first movie for sure.
Right.
And yeah, like the action scenes are awesome, as we've mentioned, and then the boat scene as well. I wanted to mention that was fantastic. Really, that one. I think it's just, as I say, like I agree with Blacktastic. I prefer the first movie for the more grounded approach, but I appreciate that the sequel was just bonkers and just went out there on it. So yeah, I would say B+.
Okay. Blacktastic, what do you give it?
If I give Rambo, the first blood at A+. I give Rambo Part 2 an A-. It's a great film.
Okay.
It was the best action movie that year. I mean, it's hands down. And that woman with them Asian eyes, the Hazel, yeah. That kept it out of the B range.
Well, you know what? You don't know. Y'all don't know how relieved I am right now because I was expecting to come in here bobbing and weaving. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, Blacktastic about to get all the smoke, man.
No, I was misquoted.
Okay. And then Mike hits me up like at last minute. Somebody, what did I just watch? And I'm like, what the hell?
You have been punked.
I've been punked, man. Damn, I thought I was gonna be turning red in the face and everything, you know. So yeah, that's cool. Everybody enjoyed it, and definitely I know we're not gonna get the same enthusiasm for 3, but still, it's canon. It's part of the series. We got to do it.
I'm excited to check out number 3.
Jesus. It spawned a tight video game. I had Rambo 3 for the Sega Genesis, and that was one of my favorite games. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just remember, Mike, Rambo versus tanks. Just remember that. Rambo versus tanks. On horseback.
On horseback.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
That's it. Yeah, the guy, yeah.
Enough said.
Superman ain't got shit on me. All right.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Fellas, I appreciate y'all coming in, man. Had a good time talking about Rambo and then just the theater experience and just the whole conversation, man. I love having talks like this. So thank y'all for coming in. So one more time, plug your channels in, let them know what you got coming up. For those that because nobody commented, so I guess nobody saw this shit yet, but they will.
Well, I got some text messages from Chicago. So somebody's watching from Chicago.
Okay.
Matter of fact, a young lady who's in my film. Damn. What have I done? I had a brain fart. She's an actress in the film. She just texted me as this was going on. I'm watching you guys right now. LOL. So we had her laughing. So you got some fans out there. Out there.
Okay, well, tell her I appreciate that. And
definitely.
Yes, I am black. I'm not Puerto Rican. I get that every day. Like, what nationality are you? What the fuck you mean nationality I am? Don't you hear me talking?
I'm beige. Goddamn.
Yeah. Shit, I swear, every time I go to the gas station, I'm pumping gas, and I'll get a Spanish guy come up to me, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, black. He said, oh, sorry, you look Spanish.
Negrito. Yes.
Yes, Moreno.
That's me.
Yes, Moreno, black. God damn. Like, just imagine if I start going gray, then you really can't tell what the fuck I am.
Oh, man. Santa Claus. Saint Nick.
God damn. This is it.
Mike, we're going to correct you, baby.
Yeah, look,
is that right?
Okay. My father's actually Mike's color.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, my father looks like you, but he's got kind of like a Jerry curl thing going on. So he looks like a member of the DeBarge family. Okay? but he's black. But people think he's Puerto Rican and Cuban and shit.
Got that good hair?
Got that good
Oh
hair.
Shit. Yeah.
So he gets mad when I say, yeah, Dad, people don't know. He said, man, what the fuck you mean people don't know who you are? Man, you black. I said, but Dad, you gotta realize when people look at us, they don't know. I said, oh shit, son. No, we black. What the fuck they talking about? He gets mad.
Well, the minute that mouth opened up, oh, he black.
He black. Yeah, he black.
What, motherfucker? Oh, I apologize. My apologies.
Yeah. He's definitely a Moreno.
I thought you were selling oranges, but I realized you're selling watermelons. My bad. Oh, you drink Kool-Aid. Not Coors, my bad. Not Tecate, but Kool-Aid. Okay, I got you.
Good day for a barbecue, huh?
Mike, if you hang around us, we're gonna corrupt you.
Yeah.
You officially got your ghetto pass, brother.
Oh yeah. You're gonna start talking with that black sit soon, Say, man, what's going on?
Your girlfriend interrupts you doing a live stream, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, baby. God damn.
Mike, what's got it into you?
No, what's got into you, motherfucker? Me and these nuts. Shit. Gobble, gobble, turkey, motherfucker.
Oh man, we gotta be sweating this shit. Oh fuck. So yeah, on that note,
my throat hurt.
So Mike, and your best black scent, nah. So yeah, go ahead and plug your channel, man. What you got coming up again?
My jaw hurts.
Oh shit! Yeah,
oh shit!
Oh god damn!
My armpits are wet.
Yeah, like my shirt's black. You can't see it, but yeah,
mine's is red. God damn. I'm damp. I'm damp.
Especially talking about that Asian chick. God damn. That's when it started.
God damn.
Facts.
Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry. We
Mike,
got you laughing.
What you got going on, bro?
Yeah, so I've got tomorrow. I've got a Shudder screener dropping on my channel, like an early screener.
Cool.
Besides that, I've got 2 Michael J. Fox movies coming before Thursday, and then Thursday night is going to be a review for the new Batman movie. So looking forward to that.
Oh, that's right.
The Batman, yeah.
Yeah, most anticipated movie of the year.
Yeah, I see that Wednesday night, 7:00. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. No. I try not to spoil my cousin China says I spoil a lot of shit, but I don't think I do.
No, man. You don't.
Yeah. China's just full of shit. So all right, but yeah, I'm gonna leave the link. I'm gonna leave both of y'all link in the description here. So Blacktastic Media. Did you see that? Of course, I'm Rashad G Reviews, and I want to thank y'all for coming in, and thank you to everybody that's watching. And comment what you thought about Rambo, what you think about the movie, which is your favorite Rambo movie, your favorite Sly movie, your favorite Arnold movie. Comment on that shit below. All right,
definitely.
On that note, that's it, and that's all. And I will catch y'all on the next episode.
Peace.